and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders, wonders of his love.
Yes, how wonderful that is. And as we open to joy, let's remember that we are joyful because that joy flows through us. Reverend Maggie Alderman wrote each of the Sunday messages for the Advent booklet. And of course, Reverend Maggie served as an intern here, and we hired her as an associate minister. And she is now, thank you, the director of Unity Prayer Ministry at Silent Unity. And she says, "It's no wonder we sing joy to the world, the Lord has come. Jesus, as the light of the world, the Prince of Peace, came to remind us to seek God in all things and expect joy as part of the journey." Now, I know that we've had all kinds of feelings this week. Is there anyone who's had a particular experience of joy that they'd be willing to share?
It's just a very short share. I gave my son a cup from the thrift store. He was adopted out when he was born. And it says, "I count my blessings, I count you twice."
One that I'd like to share is when a little girl, she's one of the actresses I work with, she came up to me and she said, "Could I have a Miss Barbara hug?" And it just warmed my heart.
How wonderful.
Hello. I'm going to stand up and turn around. My voice doesn't do too well. My Christmas gift was a surprise at my door yesterday. My son is visiting for Christmas until Christmas, and I wasn't going to do this, but it was a big surprise when they knocked on the door and said, yeah, he was on the road, and I opened the door. He had arrived at where his destination was my house, and I almost fell over because he lives outside of Jefferson, and he takes care of the farm there for us. And he also has my Huntington's disease. He doesn't dance, but he does have his difficulties. This is Steve Coleman. I want to introduce him. I become the Unity because he is also a Unity person, and I do appreciate all of y'all. Just wanted to know that my Christmas present came early. I was very grateful for it.
Steve, it's wonderful that you've been able to example the boy that brings joy. Thank you. Yes.
So I retired from teaching in June, but I decided to go back to the kids' Christmas program because I had taught in a Christian school. And I got so many hugs, and I miss you and everything, and it was just such an uplifting evening, and the kids were great.
Thank you. This is an example of how when we allow ourselves to embrace love and embrace joy, we have these many things that open us to saying, yes, thank you. Now, Reverend Maggie continued to say that joy isn't limited to the obvious moments. Each of these are kind of obvious moments. It often arrives in the quiet, unseen places when we finally let something go once and for all. When we truly forgive. When we reach a goal we once only dreamed of. So joy's also in those little moments, those little achievements, when we set out that goal and we actually did it. We accomplished it. And it's important at that moment to give yourself credit. It may have turned out differently than you originally planned, but you did it. And boy, when we make the choice to forgive something from the past, forgiving ourselves, forgiving them for saying that or doing that, when it's complete, we experience joy. Because all of a sudden, we're not carrying that heavy suitcase of resentment anymore. That one's done for. And it brings us to the present moment, one with all that is, and great joy. Now, it's important to recognize that all of our feelings are natural. Anyone else get totally overwhelmed this season? I'm the only one? Oh, okay, Kathy, good. There's a couple of you. Boy, I've been there. Or anyone disappointed because it just didn't happen the way you wanted? Or you're reflecting on memories and it's just not the way it used to be, or that special person has passed on. Those feelings are natural. That's why this afternoon at 3 o'clock we're going to have that blue Christmas service honoring those feelings. But this morning is about joy. So let's return and see what we can do with that joy. Reverend Ken Daigle, he's a minister at Unity of San Francisco. He is just retiring from the Unity World Headquarters Board that he served for many, many years. And he wrote in our Advent booklet, this season, let your joy be bold and boundless. Not because everything is perfect, but because your heart is open and you bring joy to the celebration of life. So once again, this journey is an inside job. We need to approach life with an open heart. Not getting caught up in the small mind. What if it doesn't work out? What if they don't want to? Or would you join us for Christmas? I'd like to have a conversation with you. Could call out when you're free, because I just want to hear your voice and see what's going on. We can bring joy, the celebration of life, from our intention of being a willing participant to joy, to love, to faith, to peace, and that beautiful love. It really can be easy this time of life where there's lots of music playing and there's a lot of happy people. Going to the Renaissance Festival last week was fabulous. There were dragons and fairies and music and food. It was wonderful. A lot of joy. And there's also joy just walking in the neighborhood and seeing the lights and engaging with a neighbor and finding out they're doing okay. Scripture, John chapter 15, verse 11. I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you, that your joy may be complete. I love that we have this confirmation that there's joy, there's love, there's this Christ light that's always within us, giving us what we need to do whatever it is we've set out to do. Whether that's writing music and sharing your music, or creating paintings and sharing that creativity and love with others. Or it might be cooking and sharing your baking, even if it's the last year you're going to bake 400,000 cookies. I'm talking to Roxana. This joy is a permanent installation. Got it? It's always with you. It's always there to inform the way to navigate through challenges. That doesn't mean, oh, yay, I just got in an auto accident. Oh, yippee. But we can be joyful that we stepped out of that accident whole. And you might even get in an accident and have Betty Sharp right there when my car was totaled and all the airbags were employed. And boy, when I saw Betty Sharp come up to me and go, "Reverend Gary, you're alive!" I felt a lot of joy. It is a magical experience when we can accept the loving embrace of a child, when we're wowed by the visit of your son, when we're open to the memories and the connection with many we have been in service to, when we open to the grace of life and balance and connection. We're ready to open to joy. And so I hope that you'll join me this week as we practice this joy. So the first one is practice affirming joy. Since we know that what we think creates our experience, that saying words towards what you want to experience is a good way to experience it. So affirm joy. I am open to experience joy. The joy of life is mine today. Create your affirmations and say them. The second one is do one thing at a time. Carol and I were talking this morning about how good we were at doing multiple things at once. Until there's just one more thing and then there's egg all over the floor. Although I can do 3 things at once, I choose to do one thing at a time. With that, I get to prioritize. I also get to do it. Do one thing, do it. And then when I'm done, wow, I did it. I got it done. That's one thing off the plate. It's a great way to live. Step, 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 step. When you're doing 3 things at once, you're not on the basketball court. So one thing at a time. And then you can enjoy life. You can have joy fulfill the experience. Now the third one isn't easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. And that's release a burden or grief. A grievance. Identify one and forgive it. Forgive yourself. Forgive the person. We've all made mistakes. Notice I included myself. Releasing them allows us to be in the present moment, gives us the chance for joy. And sharing your joy is often connected with sharing what you find joy in. It could be singing or being creative, writing music, walking, swimming, exercising, making people laugh. There's all kinds of ways that we can express what it is we're really good at. Is there anyone here who doesn't know something that they find joy in? I didn't think so. We all know what feeds us. It could be a really good book. It could be a challenging conversation. I'd love to get into debate with people. Not to change someone else's view, but to get a perspective of how they see the world. Lots of joy there. So as we do this personal exploration this week, let's celebrate that joy is already there for us to tap into and be in joy. Are you ready to do that with me? As we open to joy.